All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I am the host for today's event. I am Main Event Keith. I got my co-star, Secondhand Smoke, Corey himself. And today, I tell you what, we are bringing an exciting topic. Today is the top five. We're going to talk about the top five greatest WWE superstars in our opinion. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Corey, you want to go ahead and start us out with this thing or what?
Yeah. Secondhand Smoke would love to go first. I guess
Thought
that's
you'd
my
like
new.
that.
Yep, guess that's my new nickname. I feel like you just like make me the sponsor of a cigarette commercial or something like that. But
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been
So I'll
thinking
go
all
in.
day about giving you a good nickname.
So elaborate with me real quick. So I have my top five, but so you're saying top five WWE superstars, right?
Yeah, so the purpose of this channel, right? So this is going to be like the top five of anything, right? In today's episode, we're going to talk about the top five WWE superstars in our opinion of all time. Now, what I want to do is I want to base this off of three things, right? So we're going to base this off one, in-ring ability. All right. Are they performers in the ring? Can they get down in the ring? Can they put the move sets on? Are they good wrestlers? The other one is their promo skills. Can they talk on the microphone? And then, of course, the ticket sales. Did they draw the tickets? Are they drawing merchandise? Those are the criteria that we're looking for. And so I'll tell you what, going in this meeting, Corey, I have not seen your top five. You have not seen my top five. And so we're just going to get straight into it. This is probably definitely going to be confrontational. And I'm interested to see what you came up with today.
Hey, well, I'm kind of liking that nickname you just gave me on your own, Secondhand Smoke, because my top five is about to smoke yo top five, dude. So
All
yeah,
right.
so at number five, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Number five, Stone Cold Steve Austin, huh?
You damn
Explain
right.
that one to me.
Well, so you'll kind of understand more when I get later into my list. But yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was a six-time WWF champion. I know I'm not allowed to say WWF, but I'm going to because that's what he was. He was a two-time Intercontinental champion, a four-time tag team champion with Shawn Michaels, Dude Love, The Undertaker, and Triple H. King of the Ring winner in 1996, Royal Rumble of
Royal Rumble, you
1997,
freaking idiot.
98, and 2001. So a three-time Royal Rumble winner.
Three
He was
times.
a
I say it
yeah,
again, three times.
yes. So, but
Hey,
I'm gonna go
Corey,
Stone
Corey, let
Cold.
me ask you, can I get a, oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not allowed to
Bitch,
cuss no more.
that's Macho Man.
No, I know, but
Macho Man says, "Oh
I'm not
yeah."
allowed to say the hell word no more. I'm trying to keep my profanity
Oh, I thought
stuff
that was
zero.
f bombs.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to keep them all clean, keeping it all clean.
All right then. So
You know.
number five, Stone Cold Steve. I will tell you, Corey. I thought he was going to be higher on the list for you.
Yeah.
That's an
So
interesting one.
he's great at the ticket sales. I mean, he was more of a brawler style of a wrestler. Putting the boots in your chest. But he was a big ticket draw. And I know his career was only short for in his main prime time, like prime time. I think it was actually only like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But it was very short, but well done. Yep, I got Stone Cold Steve Austin at my top five. Who you got?
Well, I'll tell you what. Stone Cold Steve Austin is in my top five. He's much higher on my list. I'll give you my thoughts on Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, he's the goat, man. That dude, started out in WCW. Is the ringmaster. Vince McMahon obviously saw something in him. You could argue, when did Stone Cold Steve Austin take off, Corey? In your opinion, when did the Stone Cold Steve Austin era begin?
I would probably say when Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass right at the
Okay,
King of
so
the Ring. Yeah.
1999, King of the Ring. Yeah.
Yep.
I would argue that it started when he had the I Quit match against Bret the Hitman Hart, and you had that bloody finish where just the blood was just dripping down Stone Cold Steve Austin's face, and that to me that was just an iconic moment for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Obviously, after the fact, those famous words came out in the King of the Ring tournament. But I think, man, dude, Stone Cold, that dude was just red hot. I think back to when I was in high school, and like I'll tell you what, I could not keep my eyes off of wrestling. Like every week, I was just tuning in to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. What was this dude going to do next? Obviously, he had his major feud with Vince McMahon himself. You had his feud with The Rock. Had some really good feuds with Shawn Michaels, right? So, yeah, I 100% agree. Stone Cold Steve Austin in the top five. He's much higher. So I'm just going to go and tell you he's number two on my list. I definitely put him number two on my list. So
Well,
I'm
damn,
interested to
thanks for
see what.
spoiling that. Hey, wait, I want to touch on what you just said, though. I want to touch on what you just said. For those that are listening to this right now, he just mentioned Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is actually a Survivor Series match. We will be covering this in another episode coming up pretty soon. Make sure you guys like and
Yeah.
subscribe to see that video come out
Survivor
soon.
Series.
It's a
Survivor
good
Series right
one.
around the corner. So we're excited to bring that one to you guys. All right, so let's go with my number five. My number five, Corey. Well, let me ask you this: can you guess what my number five is going to be?
The Repo Man.
Repo Man. No, it ain't the
Repo
Repo
Man.
Man. It's
Yeah.
the one, the only, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Dun,
You
dun,
surprised
dun,
there?
dun, 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 dun. Yeah. No, because you're a big Hulk Hogan nerd. You had his dolls when you were a kid.
I
You dressed
did
up
have his
for him.
dolls. Yeah,
Yep. I wish I could show you the picture right now, but you dressed up for Halloween. It's on your Facebook. If you guys want to see it, just go to
yeah.
Keith Rain's Facebook. It's on there. Yeah, go give me why he's your number five. I would have thought he'd been your
Well,
number one.
so I will tell you, I put a lot of thought into this one, Corey. Um, the whole idea of him being number five is just because my top four are just there's just certain qualities that the top four had that I would put over Hulk Hogan. The reason why I picked Hulk Hogan, like you said, that was my childhood hero. I grew up idolizing Hogan, man. I absolutely love what he did for the business. And in my opinion, wrestling is what it is today because of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan put WWF on the map, right? WWE now, WWF after, before the lawsuit. So here's some facts. Hulk Hogan brought 93,173 fans to the Pontiac Silverdome for WrestleMania 3 against who, Corey?
You're gonna tell me.
Andre the Giant. The slam heard around the world, right? The immovable object, right? I'll tell you what, man, there was so much publicity behind that match. And to me, that's what started the whole Hulkamania thing. Obviously, before that, when he won the title, right? But Hulk Hogan was just red hot. The fact that he and Andre the Giant single-handedly put that many tickets out, right? Now, when you think about that in today's wrestling business, WrestleMania is a brand, right? It's not really geared towards one person or two people. It's not geared towards one match. What sells the tickets is the card. It's the entire card of the entire event. Right now, we got WrestleMania on 2 nights, Saturday and Sundays, right? Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant basically sold that entire card. 93,000 people were there to watch these two just go at it, for Hulk Hogan to do the unthinkable body slam Andre the Giant, defeat him. I mean, the dude was undefeated, arguably, right? In WWE terms, right? 6-time WCW champion, 6-time WWE champion, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, 1990,
Oh, you messed it up
1991.
too. You messed it up too.
I did, yeah. All right, Corey, we're moving on. Let's get into number four. It's getting hot.
Well, I am very, very, very disappointed in you that you had Hulk Hogan at number five, because sitting at my spot on number four is the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Okay, that surprises me.
Yeah, so I put him actually above Stone Cold Steve Austin because, to be honest with you, without Hulk Hogan, man, nobody would be where they are today. I mean, I don't like him today in this new generation, but I mean, everybody's got to give it up. I mean, he was there for all the WrestleManias in the beginning. He was the main draw. He was the main attraction. He's what got you sleeping next to his little doll at night. I mean, without Hulk Hogan, you wouldn't have the Stone Cold Steve Austins. That's just my opinion.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But I had to put Stone Cold above him just because, I mean, what Stone Cold did for the business, he took the business to another level. Hulk Hogan, yes, 100% hands down, wrestling is what it is today because of Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, Stone Cold just took it to new heights that just seemed unreachable for wrestling fans, right? So all right, getting into my number four, the one, the only, the great one, The Rock. That is my number four. 8-time WWE champion, 2-time World Heavyweight champion, 1-time Royal Rumble winner in the year 2000. And I'll tell you, The Rock, man, like what really did it for me as The Rock is his mic skills. I mean, let me ask you this, Corey. Is there anybody in the business today that can compete with The Rock when it comes to microphone, when it comes to that promo?
No, not. I mean, well, I mean, you could say John Cena. I mean, John Cena kind of crushed him on that microphone, but
I would say who went back and forth.
I mean, when he said, "I don't have to have my notes written on my wrist," I mean, that was pretty deep.
That was iconic. That was iconic.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now, Keith. No, I'm gonna talk to the listeners right now. For the listeners, The Rock is probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I love him. And for you guys listening to this, still listening to this, Thanks for letting me fill your earlobes right now. But yeah, The Rock is not even in my top 5 at all.
Really?
Yes, not even in my top 5. And you know me, The Rock is always my favorite. Not even in my top 5.
I'm really interested to see what the rest of your picks are going to be because, I mean,
okay,
The Rock is The Rock, man.
Well, yeah, but The Rock is The Rock for who made The Rock. You had the Nation of Domination made The Rock. Without Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock really wouldn't be there. I mean, that he's known for his feuds, like big time feuds. You got the Mankind, which is another Survivor Series match we will talk about. When he was basically bashing the hell out of his head with that chair. But yeah, he's not even in my top 5, and that's my only reason for that is because it takes 2 to tango for certain people, and it took a lot of people for The Rock. That's just my personal opinion.
I'll tell you, man, I disagree with you. For one, to say that The Rock would not be The Rock without Stone Cold Steve Austin is total bullshit. And here's the reason why. The Rock and Stone Cold were both at the peak of their career. That's why their WrestleMania feud was so significant, is because The Rock was elevating. Stone Cold was already elevated. They needed somebody to be able to feud with the biggest draw in the business. Who better than The Rock? And it created arguably the greatest feud in WWE history. I will tell you, I'm mind boggled that you did not put The Rock in your top 5, but that's okay.
Well, write
We're
that
gonna move
down.
on from this.
We'll have a rant about it later.
All right, getting into number 3. Where are we at with number 3, Corey?
All right, man. Number 3 is actually Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, really?
Yes.
Really?
And I really don't even have to say too much because everybody watching this, everybody that's not watching this, everybody that's not going to watch this, everybody knows who Andre the Giant is. He was basically the one. I mean, he was bigger than life, man. Everybody knew him out of the countries, in the countries. Without Andre the Giant, he was a huge superstar back then. I mean, it took Andre the Giant. That's why Hulk Hogan is my number 4. Because it took Andre the Giant to make Hulk Hogan.
That's just you're tripping, dude. Andre the Giant did not make Hulk Hogan. Hulkamania had nothing to do with. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant had nothing to do with the making of Hulkamania, which, by the way, is still running wild, brother. No point intended. All right, but let's get one thing straight.
Running wild for the wrong reasons. Not gonna get into that.
Yeah, keep it a PG, Corey. Keep it a PG. All right. Listen, check this out. Andre the Giant was a household name. The dude was larger than life, right? What was he, like the 8th wonder of the world? This dude was huge, over 500 pounds, like 7 feet tall, huge. Like, they don't make people like that. That's not normal, right? Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania starts when he ends up beating Iron Sheik for the WWE Championship for his first title run, right?
All right, so what would you say? Okay, then. So what would you say?
Then they collided. Hold on, let me finish. They collided. That's what set up for WrestleMania 3, dude. WrestleMania 3 was because Hulk Hogan was already there. And they needed Hulk Hogan to have a legitimate opponent. Who better than the undefeated, indestructible, unstoppable Andre the Giant? Now, Andre the Giant being your top 5, I'm a little surprised by that. I will tell you, Andre the Giant's amazing what he did for the business. He does not get enough credit. I absolutely think he would be in the top 10. Sorry, not my top 5. And I'm insulted that you would tell me that he started Hulkamania. I almost want to jump through this camera and just smack you in the face for that one, bud.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a question right now because you actually mentioned it earlier. Okay. So what, for a casual fan, not diehard fans like us, not, when we're kids collecting cans just to get wrestling videos when we're kids and stuff like that. For a casual fan, do you think they remember the Iron Sheik versus Hulk Hogan, or do you think they remember Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan?
I would argue they don't remember either one.
Well, I would argue that you're retarded.
Well, I'm going to argue that you're fucking bald. Oh, see, maybe drop the F-bomb.
I already put it. Oh, dude, you messed it up. Okay. All right, you need to get one for your wall now, dude. You messed it up. I thought it was going to be me. You're the one dropping the F-bomb.
PG.
Take it back, bro.
Moving along. I apologize to my fans out there, right? I try not to curse on this channel, but he just has a really dumb opinion sometimes, all right? And for those of you guys watching it, you clearly see who the real wrestling fan is versus who we call the mark. Corey being the mark, secondhand smoke himself, right? All right, moving on. My number 3. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I knew he was going to be on your list.
Oh, of course it's gonna be on my list, man. That dude is the baddest freaking in-ring performer of all time. Nobody could touch what that dude did in the ring. Now, I would argue, like in today's generation, right? You got like the Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins is probably up there. I would put him up there with Shawn Michaels' talent. But what Shawn Michaels did during the peak of his career, nobody was doing that. Jumping off the ladders and the in-ring ability and just the crazy shit he was doing, nobody was doing that. Shawn Michaels changed the game. Not to mention the fact the charisma he had, the promo skills he had, the feuds he had. So here's some facts. 3-time WWE champion, 1-time World Heavyweight champion, 3-time Intercontinental champion. In my opinion, the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time, right? Really put that title on the map, I'll tell you that. 2-time Royal Rumble winner, 1995, 1996, back-to-back. And let's not even forget about the freaking Iron Man match between Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, hands down, one of the greatest matches of all time. This match was in the top 10 WrestleMania matches for the longest time. It might even still be in there. I honestly don't know because we've had so many WrestleManias, but if you would have searched it up 15 years ago, hands down would have been in the top 10 every single time. One of the greatest matches of all time. Oh, and then we got the Undertaker feud with Shawn Michaels in the streak versus the career match. Back to back, by the way, went twice, right? Like that match stole the entire show. You had two guys who were already past their prime who put on was probably the greatest match in WWE and wrestling history. Shawn Michaels, hands down, my number 3. I'll tell you, I struggle not putting him in my number 1, number 2 spot. But I think you're going to realize why when I give you my number 1, number 2, which you already know my number 2.
Okay, so as you were explaining Shawn Michaels, I want you to notice that I've been noticing you look off to the screen. Okay, I want you to stare into the camera lens real quick, Keith. Stare into the camera lens.
All right, you got my attention. What's up?
Shawn Michaels being in your top five is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, we're talking top 5 WWE superstars of all time. Yes, he is great. He is great. Shawn Michaels does not belong in the top 5.
You're tripping.
Okay, so we already know who your number 2 is now. I cannot wait to hear who your number 1 is because I feel like you're leaving off way too many damn and more important people than Shawn Michaels. And keep looking into that lens because I'm looking right in your eyes, buddy. Okay?
Bitch, come at me, bro. Come at me. What are we going to do? I told you this is going to get heated. Shawn Michaels, bro, how dare you tell me that Shawn Michaels doesn't belong in my top 5? Are you kidding me right now?
He belongs in your damn top 5 of the best wrestlers of all time. You said best superstars, and this shit, right? This shit needs to be clipped and cut off of this. Clip it, Keith. Don't even put it on there. This is embarrassing.
No editing. No, we're going to keep this going. Okay. We're going to keep this going. All right, let's get into it. Let's see. You already know what my number 2 is. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who for whatever freaking reason was number 5 on your dumbass list. All right, let's get into it. Who's your number 2, Corey? I can't wait to hear this one. It's gonna be
my list is not dumb, Keith. It is not dumb. Okay?
I'm sorry. You got a real rise out of me, all right?
Okay, first of all, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
First you say that shit about Hulk Hogan. Then you say it about Shawn Michaels, all right? Who's moving on, Corey? Let's move on.
I'm about to guess your number 1 because I know how much of a nerd you are. It's going to be The Undertaker. Don't even make a face, Keith. Don't even make a face. I know it. I know it. You know what, dude?
All right, well, let's get to your number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Definitely belongs in the top 5, absolutely.
Yes, and I already know he's going to be your number 1 because I know how much a sucker you are for freaking dirt, dude.
A sucker? A sucker? Yeah. You a sucker, fool? Sorry. Little Booker T. Little Booker T.
You frightened me. You frightened me. Yeah, so The Undertaker is going to be my number 2 because 30 years in the business, he's evolved himself. He's been one of the biggest draws, even as all these bigger superstars, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, all of them are coming and going. He's the only thing that stayed relevant until he couldn't stay relevant. It wasn't his fault. It was his knees. He got old.
His old age.
Yeah, so I mean, to his entrance, to his mic skills, which they weren't very good in the very beginning, he picked that up. Yeah, I mean, Undertaker is my number 2. I cannot wait to hear your number 1, dude.
Well, you kind of already guessed it, but whatever.
You son of a bitch.
Listen, The Undertaker is the greatest of all time. Hands down. Everything about that dude. His in-ring ability, His promo skills, I do admit, at the beginning were not great, but they put him with Paul Bearer, arguably the greatest manager of all time, right next to Paul Heyman, in my opinion. Right. At the end of the day, the Undertaker was just an attraction. When Undertaker was on a screen, you were watching the Undertaker. Like people got excited to see him. And then, he went from the Phenom to the American Badass, completely reinvented himself, and still pulled it off. Not too many people can say they did that. Like literally, the American Badass was a badass character. Came out to Limp Bizkit's theme song, and people loved it. And then he comes back as the Phenom again at WrestleMania 20 against his brother Kane after he got buried alive. Right? Bet you probably didn't even know that one, Corey. So yes, Undertaker, in my opinion, is hands down the greatest of all time. Not to mention the fact that we haven't even talked about the streak. You have this WrestleMania streak goes 21-0. Obviously lost against Brock Lesnar, right? Confrontational, I know, right? Up for debate. Do I think Brock Lesnar needed to be in? No, Brock Lesnar kind of established, right? Would have really rather seen, Bray Wyatt. I think could have taken that streak from him. That would have been great. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Here's the facts. Undertaker, 4-time WWE champion, 3-time World Heavyweight champion, went undefeated, 21 matches at WrestleMania before losing it to Brock Lesnar. This WrestleMania streak, that was an attraction. I will tell you, like, people were tuning in to watch WrestleMania to see Undertaker defend his streak. No, but like you had the main event, which for the longest time, the main event was the main event, right? You got Stone Cold versus The Rock, right? You got Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Hulk Hogan, Andre Giant. The main event, that's what everybody wants to see. But with The Undertaker, it was different. He changed it because it was no longer just about the main event. People wanted to see the streak. People wanted to see The Undertaker's entrance. Greatest entrance of all time, by the way. The Undertaker, man. Absolutely greatest of all time. I mean, it's sad to see that guy retire. It was definitely overdue. And mad props to The Undertaker for, giving us years and years of just love. And I love the guy, man. Super, super humble dude, leader in the locker room, right? Just an amazing talent in WWE and hands down greatest superstar of all time. So obviously you already know what my number one is. You already guessed it. So before we go into your number one, we're going to do some honorable mentions. So who do you got for some honorable mentions, Corey? People who arguably should be in the top 5, maybe the top 10 that didn't necessarily make the cut. Who you got?
I actually thought about this all day today, all day yesterday. And I was like, who are in my honorable mentions? Okay. And I know you have your honorable mentions. And I thought about this yesterday. I thought about this today. And I have nobody. This is my top 5. Okay. And when you want to earn yourself into my top 5, you don't get an honorable mention. I thought about this and I was looking through a lot of them. But when you want to earn my top 5, you don't get an honorable mention. There's no second place. If you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. I have no honorable mentions. This is my top 5. It's fluid. It's the greatest top 5 of all time, if you ask me. Coming from secondhand smoke, you know what I'm saying.
Secondhand smoke, you know what I'm saying? Freaking idiot. All right. For all the fans out there, all the viewers, the people watching this, I apologize. My brother is an idiot. I absolutely do have some honorable mentions, and I'm not going to make him feel like shit right now. So, honorable mentions. We didn't even talk about Ric Flair. Woo!
What is that?
Ric Flair, the nature boy, right? Now, I will tell you, the only reason Ric Flair was not in my top 5. Oh, I do see the blue there. I didn't see that at the beginning. The only reason Ric Flair is not in my top 5, it's all about ticket sales to me. Ric Flair was never an attraction. Ric Flair was just the man. No point intended. Now, he was amazing talent. Most WWE superstars will tell you Ric Flair is the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
and he is one of the greatest of all time. Is that any damn dog? Tell your dog.
Dude, I am sick of them, dude. Like, I am sick of them, dude. Do you want a dog? I got 4 of them. You can take them off.
I do not want a dog.
Okay, go ahead. I am so sorry.
So, Ric Flair, honorable mention. Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, another honorable mention. Gone too soon. Shocked the wrestling world. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. We absolutely love you. We love your family. We were super sad to hear the news. I will tell you, Bray Wyatt was my favorite. And today, right next to Seth Rollins. And it devastated me when I heard the news of the unfortunate passing of Bray Wyatt. And I would say that he was already up there as being one of the greatest of all time. He's for sure going to be a Hall of Famer eventually, if not this year. But unfortunately, gone too soon. I think if we would have had a little bit longer with Bray Wyatt, arguably could have easily been up there in the greatest of all times.
Okay. No disrespect to anybody watching this right now. I
I
love
want
Bray
to
Wyatt.
punch you in your face right
I
now.
have a shirt. I have a shirt for Bray Wyatt. Okay. I have a bunch of merchandise that I bought for Bray Wyatt. Okay. But you said just like today with Seth Rollins being my favorite superstar. Okay. You're talking about today. This is the top 5 greatest WWE superstars of all time. Okay. I get it. He was great. He could have been even greater. We didn't have enough time. It's not his fault. It's not our fault. Rest in peace. I love Bray Wyatt, but does not belong. He doesn't belong at anywhere in your top. Your little. Yeah, that's just my
Like I said,
opinion.
honorable mention. Hey, it was going to get heated. I'll tell you that probably most fans watching this are going to hate your stupid face right now
Hey,
because there's
hate
a lot of
me.
Bray Wyatt fans out there.
I'm a hateable
Punch
person.
you in the face, Corey. All right. All right, I'm just going to go down the list. I'm going to mention some and just quickly let me know what you think. Kurt Angle.
Oh no, wait. Oh, I said that too quick. That's a good one. That is a good one. I said it way too quick. Sorry. I thought it was gonna be
Yeah, we
dumb.
can't forget about Kurt Angle, man. Like,
I'm so
obviously,
sorry, Kurt. I didn't mean that.
arguably the greatest wrestler of all time. Hands down. If I was just ranking the greatest wrestler of all time,
Yeah.
I think it would be a toss up between Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, in my opinion.
That's crazy how he tried to come in as a babyface. I'm an Olympic gold medal, so people are gonna love me. Vince says to him, "They're gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you, damn it, and when you're gonna eat it up." Like,
You're gonna embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. He deserves your honorable mention. Yeah.
All right, and then the last one I'm going to mention. I got plenty on the list, but just to keep it short so we don't drag on this episode, we're going to go with Eddie Guerrero.
Viva la raza.
Viva la raza.
Yeah, that dude was lightning in a bottle. He deserves an honorable mention as well. Fortunately, life taken too short. I guarantee you, just like Bray Wyatt, if it just would have kept on going, probably one of the greatest and probably would have been in my top 5. But that it is.
All right. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, for all you guys watching the video, if you're still sticking around, we appreciate you guys sticking around. We are going to get into Corey's top 1. You already know my number 1 is The Undertaker. Corey kind of spoiled it for us. I'll tell you what, if you're enjoying this, we want to continue to do this. Let us know in the comments that you guys are enjoying this video. Give us some ideas. Let us know, like, hey, we want to rank the top 5, greatest female wrestlers of all time. We want to rank the top 5 underdogs, overrated superstars, right? Top 5 comebacks of all time. There's all kinds of different ideas. Shoot the ideas in the comments. Let us know what you think. And by all means, get involved in the conversation. I want to know what your top 5 is on WWE superstars of all time. Let's debate it. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you do enjoy this, you're enjoying this channel, if you don't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, we really appreciate that. Just trying to bring you guys some more content. We'll just keep pumping out these videos, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. Without further ado, Corey, your number 1.
Yeah, I got my number 1. I didn't spoil The Undertaker. You're predictable. When you had Hulk Hogan so low right there, okay, I knew you had The Undertaker number 1. Predictable. You are the biggest Hulk Hogan fanatic ever. Okay. And once you said him before Undertaker, I knew it. Okay. So my number 1. Okay. My number 1, I just want you to take a guess. Okay. Take a guess, Keith.
The Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair.
No, I don't know why I had my finger there. It's not Ric Flair, actually. So, woo! Do not go in there. That is for Keith's top 5 because it is trash. It is toilet. The number 1 WWE superstar of all time and will be forever all time is Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
The greatest superstar of all time. And let me tell you why, okay? This dude bought the company for $1 million, okay? Not a part of a superstar yet, right? Start off as an announcer, okay? An announcer, announcing people, okay? Then he's at the commentary table, okay? That's a superstar, okay? You're on TV. That's considered a superstar. You're starting from the beginning to the end, okay? So you're an announcer, then commentary, okay? Then Bret Hart spits on his face and reveals to the whole world that he is who he is, okay? Then he goes into the Attitude Era with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And without Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you would not have the Hulk Hogans. You would not have the Stone Cold Steve Austins. You would not have your Undertaker. Okay. You would have nobody without Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And you can say he's the owner. But yes, he was the owner. But when he was on that television, he was damn good. He's been a champion. Okay. I mean, there's really, if you have anything to argue about this, it's just going to be the dumbest thing you can ever say. The greatest WWE superstar of all time is Vince McMahon. Okay, the greatest feuds, okay, with him and Stone Cold Steve Austin, him with The Rock, okay, him with Kurt Angle, him with The Undertaker, him with just, I mean, we can go on for days and days and days, and that top 5 of yours and the top 4, not my top 1, because that's Vincent Kennedy, Dan McMahon, okay, without him, they'd all be nobodies. What you got to say, buddy? I'm dropping the mic.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about that. First of all, Vince McMahon's a promoter. He's a damn promoter, Corey. All right, we talked about at the beginning of this episode, we said we're ranking off 3 things: in-ring ability, microphone skills, ticket sales. Let me ask you this, Corey. Name one good match. One good match.
So
I'm not talking about a match where Stone Cold Steve Austin was beating the shit out of Vince McMahon. One good match where Vince McMahon actually put on a show.
Okay. So you said we're going off of 3 categories. Matches. Okay. We're going off of mic skills. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see what you did
and
there.
Then after that, we're going
brother.
off of ticket sales. Okay. We're going off ticket sales. Stone Cold Steve Austin would not be who he is without Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's how Stone Cold became who he was. You needed the man to be the man. I mean, basically, without Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was the fighting the authority. He was rebelling against people. It is what it is, man. I mean, it is what it is.
I don't disagree with you. I 100% agree. Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin would not be who he is without Vince McMahon. Neither would anybody else in the top 5. All of them needed a promoter.
But no.
He's a promoter.
Superstars. He was a promoter, but was he not a TV personality?
He is a promoter.
Did he have matches? Was he in a match at WrestleMania? Did he just not come in? I mean,
name one good match.
That makes no sense.
So
he wasn't a superstar? So he wasn't a WWE superstar? So what even is a WWE superstar no more? Because everybody's a promoter. Every wrestler is a promoter. They have to promote themselves to get up and up and up the card. Too bad that this guy was already at the top of the card because he owned it. Like, what are we talking about here, dude? Did I just shut you up?
You're not going to sell me on this one, Corey. You're not going to sell me on this one. I will tell you, I'm very surprised that you put Vince McMahon on your list. Do I think Vince McMahon's great? Absolutely. Without him, there wouldn't be WWE. And I love WWE. So thank you, Vince McMahon, for giving me something that I'm absolutely in love with.
Okay.
He's not the greatest of all time.
So we have about 5 minutes left in this video, Keith. And I just want to, since we're talking about top 5s and everything, I'm going to kind of shorten it down. It's not going to be a top 5. I have some questions for you. Okay.
Ask the questions.
I'm going to show you right now some superstars in their very beginning when they're trying to be up-and-coming wrestlers. Okay, these are their very first outfits, and I want you to judge it. Since we're doing the top 5, I want you to judge it from 1 out of 5, okay? And we're going to start with yours and mine favorite, Seth freaking Rollins. That was his ring gear for NXT. Give me a 1 out of 5 for it.
Oh, man. I'm assuming 1 being the best, 5 being the worst?
Yeah.
That's got to be a solid 4.
Solid 4, okay. So now, we're going to go on to Roman Reigns, NXT.
Oh, my God. Get that out of here. 5. That's a 10. I don't even want to talk about old school Roman Reigns. I like that. Tribal Chief, bro. That's where it's at. Everything before that didn't matter.
All right. So at the time, Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley, NXT debut, his ring outfit, 1 out of 5. What you got?
I'll tell you what, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Jon Moxley. Not a fan of Dean Ambrose. Never was. For the outfit, I guess I'll give him a 4.
Okay, for the outfit, you'll give him a 4? Okay. We got 1 left, Keith. And this is going to be the one. And I want to know your personal opinion, and I have some questions on it. Okay?
If you show a picture of me, Corey, I swear to God.
What the hell is this, dude? What the hell is this? What is this, Keith?
You son of a bitch.
What are you doing with your arm? What are you doing with your arm? Look at your eyes, dude.
That's not me. That's my twin brother.
You're looking in 2 different directions, bro. What are you doing with your arm? You're like cradling like a baby? What
Corey,
are you
we
doing?
are live.
There's
we have
no weights on the
tens
bar.
upon tens of fans watching this.
And now they're going to know. You
You
just
son of
judge
a
them.
bitch.
You just judge them off their outfit, and you look at this outfit. What is this, Gary? What is this?
Why don't you go ahead and show us what you got going on over there?
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
What the hell?
ooh.
Are you jiggling?
Yeah, I'm
A
a
jiggle
fat boy.
master.
Yeah.
The
All right. Well, hey.
belt.
You're stupid, dude.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
we
I
gotta
didn't mean
wrap
to.
this up. We gotta wrap this up.
I didn't mean to do that. All right.
Hey,
Hey, if you want to go and wrap it up, take it away, man. I'm sorry to do that to you. But the listeners, they're not sorry.
Corey, did we come up with a title for this? We were supposed to talk about a title.
Hey,
what are we doing?
We can let the listeners come up with it. Oh, we got one.
Yeah, let us know
for
in the
you.
comments. We got a handful of titles for this series, right? Obviously, it's a top 5 of something. I don't want to just call it the top 5. That sounds pretty freaking boring. So comment in the comments of this video and let us know what you think the title will be, and we'll go ahead and pick from there, and we'll reveal the title on our next episode. Probably. What do you think, Corey? Every week we'll be putting out an episode of this, maybe even more. I don't know. I love talking about this stuff.
We do have actually a couple exciting ones coming up. We got basically we got Hell Before the Bell. We're going to be talking about matches, but not the match itself.
The new series.
Yep, the stories before the match and how they built up. So we have some stuff coming up with that. We've got another
one.
Talk
about a little bit of that background behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey, we're gonna go into the vault, man. We're gonna go into the vault and we're gonna look at some matches back in the day. We're gonna look at the Undertaker, Mankind stuff. That's gonna be in the future. Just look out for some of these. Again, guys, thank you for listening. I if you guys can hit that subscribe button, I don't care if you guys do or not, because I wouldn't want to do it myself personally, because we are a bunch of idiots. But yeah, if you guys do appreciate these videos, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and yeah, we'll be dropping some more content for you guys.
All right. With that being said, the main event, Keith, and secondhand smoke, Corey himself, are out.
Goodbye.